Welcome to Season 2 of Minecraft Hardcore. This season returns to a more traditional vanilla Minecraft with the goal of checking off a ton of longtime dreams of mine from my Minecraft bucket list. This episode, I aim to build my best starter house ever while also paying homage to my heritage of the Philippines. If you enjoy this video, feel free to like and subscribe. That is a big salmon. Why did the big salmon spawn so much? There's two things I'm looking for, or one thing I'm looking for, but two of that one thing, to start off this world, and it is 2 books and quills. One of those book and quills is going to be used for our bucket list, and the first goal on that bucket list is to gear up primarily using shipwrecks. We got paper, we got rotten flesh, bamboo, poisonous potato, leather armor, that's good. Because shipwrecks and buried treasure are already overpowered, I was pretty geared up by the end of day 1. This is actually going well so far. So let's throw this out, let's use this bottle of enchanting. And we have 3 diamonds, but we also have 18 iron. So let's turn that into iron ingot, and then let's make helmet, and we're missing boots, right? So let's make boots. Bam, bam, bop. Bam, bam, bop. The next thing I wanted to do after gearing up from shipwrecks is find a place to live. And the place that I want to live, I want to be relatively near a trail ruin, so we're going to go try to find one. The trouble is that Terralith greatly decreases the number of biomes this can possibly spawn in. This is a birch forest, so maybe we should go back this way and see if we can find an old growth. I really hope that when we find a trail ruin, it's not in the birch biome, but I'm going to be open-minded. Find a trail ruin legitimately. I've never found a trail ruin without using chunk base, so that's what we're trying to do. In progress. There we go. Let's do this, gang! We have found what looks like a very big area for taiga, so if I had to guess, as long as we thoroughly sweep this biome, we should be able to find a trail ruin soon. I just wish I never switched my niche. Oh my gosh, wait, this is it! Oh my gosh, we found it! This is a trail ruin, right? Oh my gosh, we found one! Happy trails. Discover the trail ruins. Let's go! So this is going to be the epicenter of our base, but we are not going to loot it yet. So let's label this home. I guess first I can tell you guys what the next thing on the bucket list is. Build a house akin to my heritage. Alright, it's time to start the build. Here's a reference image of what I'm going for, but in general, I'm combining the experience of the 3 houses I stayed in the Philippines into one beautiful starter house. I kind of want to build the house across the water, and you guys will see why I want to do that later. Now, for this house that we're going to build, I need a bunch of different color schemes, and I'd prefer that they were stone. Alright, I think it would be fun to just improvise and try to see what we can come up with. Okay, so let's figure out what we want to build with. So we have sweet berries. That might help. We'll grab this bone meal. These moss blocks. Obviously the logs that we collected, and then all of these, and then we're gonna need to bring this crafting table with us, this bed, although we're gonna place the bed back down in a second. Okay, I'm feeling like the house should go right here. Alright, let's focus on the terraforming first. We're not gonna do much. I just want to shave away at this section right here. Trying to figure out where the outline of this build is gonna go. I can start outlining it with moss. So if I make the build here, it definitely is gonna have to be deeper. It's definitely gonna have to be deeper into the terrain. And probably about like this. So we would have to dig back maybe 2 more blocks. Okay, I think that works. So, now we have to start building the actual house. Let's start with an outline. Always a good way to go. So, the build is going to be made out of birch. So let's create an outline of what it's going to look like. We're going to have a back wall here. So, It's going to have a first set and first roof here. And then it's going to have a second floor where the roof is there. I'm thinking maybe we increase the room floor sizes to 3 instead of 2. The general shape is going to be like a stairway moving up, kind of like the kind of like bleachers. So let's start just creating these shapes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a 2x2 checkerboard of blocks going around this way. And with the spruce wood, I need... Oh my gosh, what? So let's place these trapdoors here. And here. Now what I want to do is take the polished andesite paired with cobblestone slabs, and that is going to create the roof. Okay, now this is going to be 2 blocks tall as well. So let's do that. And I want it to be offset from this one. I think this is a good start, but it's missing a lot of details. So I think I want to use iron bars to add to the depth of the build. Okay, I think that helps break up the color of the birch a little bit. Now, aside from what we've built, this is going to be the main house. I want to have a garden and a storage room in this house. So it would continue the build this way, and it would only go up to this level 1 block higher. Okay, let's just outline it in birch planks for now, and we're going to worry about the texturing later. I'm so excited. This is going to be one of my better looking starter builds. I'm wondering if I'm putting too much into it as a starter build. I mean, I've seen crazier, like, first builds in Worlds. I mean, specifically from Hermitcraft, but I think Hermitcraft is... That's, like, kind of their thing. I don't know if it's worth it for me to be having a starter base this crazy. It's not even that crazy, it's just intricate. Okay. So this roof is going to be used for planting, and the inside is going to be used for storage. Another thing I'm going to add is a staircase in the corner here that is going to lead to the roof. It doesn't look bad. This is the first time I've made a good-looking birch house, I think. Okay, so we need to build a garden up there. We need to build an entrance to this house that I think is going to go on this wall right back here. So what is the first thing I think we need to do? Probably go find moss. And we're going to build like a big planter right here. Or maybe a bunch of planters. I also want to replace this light right here. Because I don't like it. So let's put that there. That there. Okay, we're going to extend this one. Then we're going to have to go collect plants that we want to put in this thing, as well as flower pots and decorated pots. But for the decorated pots, we can just loot the trail ruin, I think. And that would look cool. So I want barrels and pots covering the rest of this thing. Okay, so at the top here, we're going to put 2 barrels so we can keep track of everything. 4 barrels so we can keep track of everything that we find. So starting with emeralds, gravel, and flint. We got our first pottery sherd and our first smithing template. We're doing this mainly for the pottery sherds at this point in time. There we go. This is a well-balanced planter. How about over here? Oh my gosh, this mod pack adds carpet logging? So we'll have, like, these just sitting there, like pieces of scrap metal. I don't know, I really like this. I think the aesthetic is there. Now we go up here, and we have to dig out a whole lot of space, and we might need a new shovel. Okay, so we have our storage room up here, everything's lit up nicely. We have our main base down here, everything's lit up nicely. And, okay, we're not gonna get any mobs. This is the darkest place in the base. I'm thinking this would be a good place for a mine, if we hid the mine under the stairs. The next thing I actually want to do is I wanted this river to connect to the other side and leave this little island here. And I was thinking about terraforming this island, getting rid of the tree and all that. So I think we're going to do that now. Well, let's take a look at the bucket list. We have build a house akin to my heritage. And if we go out here, I think we can confidently say that I built that house. The next thing I have on my bucket list is to use tall grass in a build, because I have a grudge against tall grass, and not just because I'm short. But I'm going to find a way to make tall grass work in the terraforming behind this base, because I want to have a backyard. Okay, when it comes to the landscaping outside the base, the very first thing we need to do is get rid of this tree. So let's do that. Let's grab some dirt for the terraforming. We're probably only going to need a stack because we're going to be mining dirt anyway. And then let's make an extra shovel. Okay. That's going to obstruct the view of our house a little less. And I'm wondering whether I want that gravel here. And, alright, I have an additional plan. And you can actually craft suspicious sand in this mod pack. Texturing with suspicious sand is definitely a good tool for this mod pack, since we can... crap. The next thing we have to do is make our path to our backyard, which is going to cut through here. Okay, let's do a little bit of terraforming, and that's probably all we need to do. Now, I need a way to make this look overgrown, and the first thing we can do is plant trees here. I think this works well. Let's include some of these plants along the path. Yeah, that does exactly what I wanted it to. Thinking the trees should have been a little further back, probably. This is certainly one of my best starter houses. The last thing I wanted to do was build like a tropical tree on this island here, and then have a clothesline. I'm terrible at pronouncing that word. Going across with banners for like wet clothes. So that's the plan. I didn't know there was more stages to a sweetberry bush. Wait, what? That's not fully ripe? Wait, so when it's ripe like that, you only get one. But then when it has a bunch... I thought there was only one stage of grown on a sweetberry bush. I missed some critical information when that got added. There we go. Oh, I'm so pleased. This is so sick. So we have our clothesline out here. The hard part of what we're about to do is that I am going to try to put clothes, like actual armor, on that clothesline. Dear Lord, I hate that word. By using armor stands. Out that way a little bit more, and then base plate invisible, and save. Yo, it's like actually drying pants. This is sick. Oh yeah, that is so good. Oh my gosh. I love building with armor stands. It is so fun. Alright, that is the starter base completely finished. It looks really good. I think it does the reference justice. I like that in this mod pack I can craft suspicious sand. I used it to texture here. I'm really in love with the armor stands I used in general, so this one back here and the stuff in the backyard. So this path here, this yard here. I like how I put the hoe against the grass. I think this world's going to be very good for improving my building. But then we also have this spiral staircase to lead to our storage and garden up here. And then we have our actual base. I have nothing in here so far, so I'm open to suggestions if you guys want to ask me in the comments below what to put there. And then we have a kitchen and a storage. So, yeah, I really, really like this base, and I hope you guys do too. We have really big plans for the next episode, so I hope to see you guys there. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Whoa. I will see you guys next time, and goodbye.